Breaking news, Oscar De La Hoya came out agreeing with Floyd Mayweather that Gervonta Tank Davis is the A side over Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya responded to Floyd by stating, quote, "Mayweather was the smaller guy. I chose the gloves. I sold the most. I was older. I dedicated everything, and I made the majority of the $150 million pop. So tell Gervonta to do the same thing if he really believes in himself." End of the quote. Listen, I don't know what Oscar De La Hoya tried to accomplish here, but he pretty much said, Tank is the A side. He's the shot caller. So Ryan Garcia has to fight Tank at 135. Oscar De La Hoya just co-signed everything Floyd Mayweather had to say, because everything he said about himself right now, it was like he describing Gervonta. Everything that applied to Oscar De La Hoya back then, when Floyd Mayweather fought him, applies to Gervonta today, when Ryan Garcia is trying to fight him right now. Now, according to Oscar De La Hoya logic, Gervonta is the A side. So Tank gets to pick the gloves. Tank gets the luxury to pick the weight division that they're going to fight at. Tank gets to get the lion's share. Just like Oscar De La Hoya, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, when he got an 80-20 split. Gervonta should also get an 80-20 split against Ryan Garcia, if we are going by Oscar De La Hoya's own logic. Therefore, it's so hypocritical that Oscar De La Hoya wants a 50-50 split now. But when Floyd Mayweather back in the day, when he was Pretty Boy, as pound for pound number one, prior to Floyd Mayweather fighting Oscar De La Hoya, he had already been on pay-per-view 3 times. One time he sold more than 300,000. Another time he sold nearly 400,000. And the third time, Floyd Mayweather sold nearly 500,000. Would you guys believe back then, Oscar De La Hoya still made the pound-for-pound king, Pretty Boy at the time, take an 80-20 split when it came to the pay-per-view, so on and so forth? But now all of a sudden, Oscar De La Hoya is the same guy that wants a 50-50 split between Tank and Ryan Garcia. Keep in mind, the gap between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather back then, as far as popularity, was way closer than the gap between Tank and Ryan today. Therefore, if anything, Tank should get a 90 to 10% split. However, Tank is being generous. He's willing to give Ryan a 60-40 split, maybe even a 50-50 split, because Tank said, "I just want to knock him out." So will Ryan take the payday that he don't even deserve, or would he just continue clout chasing and ducking Tank Davis by moving up to 140 when he was just complaining about Fortuna not wanting to fight him at 135? Ryan, stop the cap. Even Oscar De La Hoya, Ryan's own promoter, agrees with Floyd that the A side is the shot caller. So let's fact check real quick. Is Ryan who's calling out Gervonta, now the other way around? Is Ryan who's attending Gervonta fights, now the other way around? Gervonta Davis is the only one that's fighting on pay-per-view, not Ryan Garcia. Ryan have yet to fight on pay-per-view. Gervonta is the one that's making more money, by far. I mean, we talking about 10 to 20 times more than Ryan Garcia. Gervonta is the one that's producing more numbers than Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Tank Davis is the one that's selling out stadiums, while Ryan couldn't even sell a stadium in his own hometown when he was selling the tickets nearly for free at $26. Ryan sold 11,000 tickets, which is not even half of the stadium. Ryan has more than 8 million followers on Instagram, but can't sell a stadium in his own hometown when he's selling the tickets for nearly free. Like I said before, the food at Gervonta Tank Davis fight cost more than Ryan tickets. That's why even Oscar De La Hoya admitted that Ryan Instagram followers have yet to translate to boxing numbers, which is why Oscar De La Hoya was paying Ryan $250,000 couple fights back, while Gervonta Davis was getting millions, 20 to 40 times what Ryan Garcia was getting paid. Now let that sink in. You do the math. Hater or love it, Gervonta is possibly the biggest star in boxing right now. He's selling out stadiums everywhere he goes. His last fight, he broke the gate at the Barclays Center, selling nearly 19,000 tickets. Keep in mind, Gervonta tickets were not on sale for $26 like Ryan Garcia tickets were. Absolutely not. The cheapest ticket you can find was almost $300. Therefore, should we continue to talk about Ryan numbers that's flopping compared to Gervonta Davis numbers that continue to rise? Because it's a fact that Gervonta Davis is the A side by a mile. It's not even close. Ryan is not even in the conversation. He's not even the B side. He's the Z side. He's not an existing side because he don't bring nothing to the table but an Instagram belt. Ryan have yet to even win a championship, a world title. That's right. Ryan have won nada. His legacy is not established. His money is not established. He's not delivering numbers nor selling out tickets. Therefore, he brings nothing to the table to even be considered a B-side. He's not an existing side. Ryan is only looking for a payday. He's looking to retire real soon. He even said he's going to retire at 26 years old. Remember, Ryan is already 24. So he's looking to retire 2 years from now. And he still has to fight Devin Haney, Gervonta, Lomachenko, Pitbull Cruz. So he says, therefore, how the heck he's going to fight everyone? All of these fighters he says he has on his hit list within 2 years. It's not even possible, which means if Ryan is looking to retire at 26, then he's only looking for a payday. And guess who's that payday? Tank. That's the payday. But while chasing the payday, he received an anxiety attack thinking about the risk that comes with that payday. That's why Ryan turned down the Gervonta fight last year to supposedly fight Manny Pacquiao, and then ended up pulling out of the Pacquiao fight, causing Pacquiao to lose his WBA super title at welterweight, where Oscar De La Hoya, Ryan's own promoter, exposed Ryan for lying about fighting Manny Pacquiao. He said that was for Instagram. Now think about that. That's how Ryan received his new nickname, Lion Garcia, turning himself to the man that cried wolf. At this point, Ryan better cash out fighting Tank while he can, before he end up losing and getting exposed, just like Teofimo Lopez when he messed up the bag against Devin Haney. Nevertheless, only one thing for sure and two things for certain. People lie, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. And numbers say Tank is the A-side over Ryan. And if you compare the gap between when Oscar De La Hoya fought Floyd Mayweather compared to the gap right now when Tank is about to fight Ryan, if they do, the gap was much closer between Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya as far as star power, because the gap between Tank and Ryan is not even a gap. They are miles apart, and that's a fact. Remember, it was Ryan who told Leonard Ellaby, F Golden Boy, I want to fight Tank. Talk to me. All right, Ryan. Well, if you want to fight Tank, then you're going to have to do what Tank says, because he's the A-side. Now, if Ryan don't like it, then fine. Go fight other 140-pounders. Actual 140-pounders, the likes of J Love and Regis, if you are going to stay in that division. We don't want to see 135-pounders move up in weight to fight Ryan at 140 pounds. Absolutely not. It's unacceptable. Ryan is in his prime. He cannot be cherry-picking his opponent and the weight class. Plus, if Ryan doesn't fight Tank next, just like Ryan told Mike Tyson, his career will be as good as trash. No one will remember his name, and the people that do, they will have more respect for Jake Paul, than Ryan Garcia, the Lion Garcia, the Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, social media undisputed champion. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.
Who do you guys want? Who Tank, I'm going to say it in front of Mike and Jeremy. If you do not take this fight, your legacy is forever tainted. Nobody, nobody will ever remember your name. Nobody. The money's there. I know you love money. The money's there. If you don't take the fight next, your whole legacy forever is tainted if you don't take the next fight with me. Oh, my God.
God damn, Tank. I ain't never heard no shit like this.
You 5'5", you don't need a ladder to hit me. You're going to need a Stairmaster. Boy, you won't be able to touch me. You ain't never fought a 135 in your life. Just different. Just, I don't care what you say. Got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Boy, I don't care. You too ugly to be off fucking kid. And that's what Muhammad Ali. Boy, I'm pretty. You ain't never seen nothing like me. I promise you. You gonna go down. You see me with the bow tie, man. 2 rounds is all gonna take. You can talk to Mike. Have a good time with Mike.
Yeah, this shit, man. This shit, man.
On me. Oh, don't worry. You can, hey, yeah, hit me with that shot. You're gonna need a Stairmaster, boy.
Yes.
Hey, keyword, would've. If.
Can your next fight be with the nigga, man? What the? We on worldwide television. Can you fight the fucking mad shit, man?
Let's go! Let's go! Hey, sign in 1,000. Hey, look at me. I'm dancing. I'm happy. Look, I'm dancing bachata on you. I'm dancing bachata. Hey! I'm happy. Let's go. Let's get it on, baby. Let's get it on.
Yeah, Tank, man, you gotta do something, man. You gotta let him talk the next fight. You gotta let him talk this shit. Look at him, man.
Woo! Let's go, Tank. Let's go. Bang, there we go. He's out.
Everybody, just want to make it real clear. My fight with Pacquiao would not be an exhibition. It will be a real fight, shooting for 12 rounds, all on the line. Our record's on the line. Just want to make that very clear for everybody with confusion.